Philip Cutler entered her apartment. He quietly obtained the potato that they had shopped for at Aldi, used it as a silencer, and fired one shot.
Other unanswered questions, like where was the murder weapon? Why didn't anyone in Jocelyn's building report hearing a gunshot? And what was the strange organic matter found at the crime scene?
In the city of St. Louis, the case made the...
Trust is not given, trust is earned. And be mindful of those you laugh with. It could lead to an untimely ending. This is a very sad story due to the circumstances surrounding it. We are going to unravel the mystery layer by layer. Watch out. March 24th, 2016, at exactly 3:24 p.m., a call came into the St. Louis Police Department. Cornelius Green called in to talk about what had happened at his girlfriend's place. He came there unannounced and saw that his girlfriend was unalived. Shocked.
St. Louis City Police Department, this is Justin. May I help you?
Sir, can you send somebody to 4236 West Pine?
Is that apartment or house?
Apartment. I just got home and the door was open and I walk in and I think my girlfriend's been shot.
Unalived. Shocked. Cornelius cried like a baby. Not just because he lost his girlfriend.
Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. It helps the channel and for me to grow. Thank you.
Well, because she was heavily pregnant. It was a very sad scene. The detectives got there. The whole scenario was so terrible. The crime lab immediately started taking evidence. Started picking up evidence, started trying to piece things together. It was a very messy situation. The girlfriend in question was later identified as a Jocelyn Peters, 30 years old, heavily pregnant. She was a very good person. Everybody loved her. But these circumstances was beginning to sound strange because she wasn't supposed to have enemies. While going through the apartment, the detective discovered that there was no breaking in, no forced entry. Everything was still in place. Her laptop was there, her wallet was there, her purse was there. Well, funny enough, her phone was missing. That was the only item that was taken out of that place. So it was beginning to seem like someone got access into the apartment. Also, they discovered that close to the bed where she was shot at close range, she was making out invitations for her baby shower coming up very soon. So she was pretty excited about leaving. But someone had a sinister plan for her. It was just right by her bedside. So it was a very gruesome scene because it was at a very close range. She didn't see it coming. Jocelyn's mother was also at the crime scene because she was called immediately by the detectives to come around. While she was there, she asked them, let me go see my daughter, but they did not. They didn't let her. So she was like, oh, your daughter has passed on. But she was sad and she asked them, what about the baby? And they said the baby has also passed on. She started crying immediately. This is a very short clip of her narrating it.
Her mom, you know, you need to let me in. And that's when the police officer had told me that Jocelyn had passed away. So then I asked about the baby, and they told me that the baby was gone too.
Narrating it. Then the detectives started piecing things together. The first thing that stuck out to them was the aspect that there was no 911 call registered from the location aside her boyfriend that came that the gunshot was, they heard a gunshot. No 911 call came from the area immediately. So that was strange to them because the bullet was also found. The bullet casing was also found in the bedroom right there. And it got so messed up that they immediately saw some crumbs on the ground, looking like bed crumbs or like a pillow casing. They were looking like a pillow casing, but they didn't really know what it was at that point in time. While the investigation was still going on, the detectives found it proper to interview Cornelius Green. Immediately, the detective found out that Cornelius and Jocelyn both had a mutual connection, which was the school. Cornelius was the principal of a Middletown school. They were 19 immediately. They were 19. They loved each other. They moved around. They did things together. So it was not a hidden secret. Then he was invited to come to the police station. When the interview started, from this video you're watching.
Hey, I just want to express my condolences to you, okay? We're going to do everything we can to help get you through this situation, okay? Let's kind of back up and go from, like, how your day started today. Did you stay at the apartment with Mrs. Peters?
I was in Chicago. Just got back off the train.
You were in Chicago last night?
It's the next Tuesday morning.
When did you come home from Chicago?
Today, 2:57.
Yeah, watching. Cornelius was consoled for what had happened, and the detective started. So where do you live initially? So he now said no, he stays in Chicago. And I told him, so how did you get to St. Louis? He told them he bought a train ticket and he got off the train 2:57 p.m. on that very day. Instantly, some of the detectives went to verify this claim, and they were able to get it on surveillance camera that he was actually getting off the train at exactly the time he said he was. So his alibi was coming into play perfectly. Cornelius was asked how long they have known, and he said they have known for over 4 years, and they have been.
So, Cornelius, how long have you known Jocelyn?
4 years.
And
In 2010, we started dating in 2011.
Any long periods of time where there was other men involved or other women involved?
No, sir.
Okay. She was currently pregnant, correct?
Known for over 4 years, and they have been dating for a long time. So while during the conversation, he told the detective that please, he wants to make a call to his daughter. He wants to have a conversation with his daughter. They should give him a little bit of room. One thing you need to know about detectives, they don't just leave you alone in the room. Even though they have left, the cameras are watching you, and every minute, every second counts. So the detectives will always take this into account. So after they...
Hey. I'm down here. Jocelyn was murdered. I'm down at police department. I need that to happen like right now. Thank you. Are you home or out? Can you meet up with Philip, please? Hey, my car key. 40 in my car.
So after they left him in the room, they gave him a phone. He had told them it was for his daughter. On listening to who he was talking to a male on the other side of the call. And he told that person to please get my car from the front of Jocelyn's apartment. I need it done ASAP. And he asked this person to go and get the spare keys from his wife and to be able to do this on time. How this come into play, it was coming from the detectives. They didn't know what was going on here at this point in time. Immediately after calling who he had called, he put a call directly to his wife, informing her to please get the car key to Philip at an Amoco station close to their area in Chicago. They were going for a divorce actually, but they were separated. Unknown to Cornelius, the detectives had already traced the call and knew who he was talking to and got him in for an interview as well. While in the interview, they asked him things about Cornelius, and he was able to confirm that Cornelius has been his friend for a long time. They have known each other, and they asked him, okay, why are you in St. Louis? And he confirmed to them that he is in town to drive Cornelius' car. Immediately, the detective stepped out to go and do something and watch him from the cameras. He reached into his left pocket, brought out a little bit of note, tore some of these papers off the note, and chewed them immediately, kept chewing them. The detectives knew immediately that something terribly was off. It just simply means he was trying to destroy evidence, and they knew that they were backing up the right tree. Investigation went on further to check the history of Cornelius' laptop, and they discovered that he had searched how to induce miscarriage, how to kill a fetus. He was already willing to abort that child, but probably he did not portray this to Jocelyn. He hid it, but was portraying the good boyfriend outside. The investigation got deeper, and they went far as going on a search on Cornelius all routes. And they discovered that Cornelius had a lot of secrets. He had 2 girlfriends, his estranged wife, and Jocelyn. He had lied to all these girlfriends that he was going to leave his wife for them. Unknown to them, he was just a playboy, playing with their emotions. He knew what he wanted. He never wanted to divorce his wife, but he was just playing along. He was a big-time playboy, and it was coming into play. That was when they went in search of his phone as well, and they saw a text between him and Philip Cutler, his friend that came to get his car, in St. Louis. the message came. He asked his friend, when is he going to get into town? Let the guy come into St. Louis. The guy was like, when? Then he mentioned, send the package. The detectives immediately wanted to know what that package was all about. So they went to Philip Cutler, still in the investigation room, and they asked him, what was in the package that Cornelius sent to you? And surprisingly to them, he confessed that it was money. It was $2,500 that he sent him this morning so that he could get bus ticket and come and visit him in St. Louis, which is not proper. Lo and behold, they also discovered that there is a contribution scheme going on in Cornelius' school. $2,500 exactly was also missing from it because he, as the principal, had access to these funds. $2,500 was also missing from it. The detectives were placing 1 and 2 together. That could have been the money to end Jocelyn's life. It is getting deeper. It is getting deeper. Cornelius was later found to have owned the exact .380 weapon that was used on Jocelyn. They didn't find the weapon, they found the receipt. And it was very, very surprising that he never mentioned he had a weapon. So this was now coming as a full-on movie that Cornelius and Philip Cutler, his friend, planned to unalive his girlfriend. Remember that at the crime scene, they saw some crumbs on the ground, not knowing what it was. So the detectives went back and they saw that a bag of potato was opened at the bedstand of Jocelyn. And they matched the potato sample to that of what was on the floor, and it was a perfect match. So that was why the neighbors did not hear the gunshot, because he had improvised. when he entered. He had used the potato as a sort of silencer. So that
the shooter hits her.
A sort of silencer. So that was why there was a lot of pieces all over the building, all over the bedroom, and nobody heard the gunshots. That was why he was able to get away with that. On further section of the apartment, they saw a receipt of Aldi, a convenience store that they got the potato from. So the detectives went for the surveillance video. On proper search of it, they saw Cornelius and Jocelyn going shopping and actually purchasing this potato. So it was coming, the crime scene was coming into perfect full option now. Cornelius is about to get what is coming to him. On a closer search on Philip Cutler, the St. Louis department asked FBI for assistance. And FBI, remember, there's a building close to Jocelyn's apartment. It's a justice building that they use for cameras and all that. And they had a whole lot of cameras around the building. So they went in search of these cameras, and that was where they saw Cornelius' car that Philip Cutler drove. He entered the environment around 3:19 and left 3:40 something, meaning that he had already committed the murder and he left.
Surveillance cameras. It showed that Cornelius Green's car, a white Kia Optima, enters Jocelyn's block about 3:19 a.m. and leaves about.
It was indisputable at that point that the car was in the area. They were able to use Google Maps.
He left. And FBI was also able to pinpoint his phone location through GPS map, triangulation and all this, and discovered that it was 7 meters into the apartment, meaning it was right there in the apartment. His phone was pinging off that apartment. It was obvious and it was clear. The case was clear. Cornelius Green had shown Philip Cutler the best time to get his girlfriend, the time, the when, and how. He had even actually given the guy a spare key to enter the apartment and wait in silence for his girlfriend to get home. This was a very evil plan. Cornelius thought he has outsmarted the police and outsmarted everybody, but unknown to him, he wasn't that smart. He went back to Chicago to create an alibi for himself. Unknown to him, he was going to be found out through his own hands by making that phone call in the police station. Assuming he had waited and left, probably it would have been difficult for the police to put 1 and 2 together. But he did that deliberately, thinking that he has outsmarted them, being that he was a grieving boyfriend, being that he was the one that made the phone call. Philip Cutler was taken to court because they both had separate trials. Philip Cutler was taken to court and is pleaded not guilty, but they found him guilty and he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Also, Cornelius Green wanted a plea bargain, but no, the court didn't grant him that. And he was also sentenced to 2 life sentences, meaning they are going to spend the rest of their life in prison. No hold bars. This was just a woman that wanted to have a child with Cornelius. But Cornelius thought that the best way to get rid of her was to kill her as well. It was bad. Commenting, keep liking, keep sharing. It helps the channel. Thank you.